So you can use the micro accounts, but what happens is it has a limit. So the number of lots you can use is 5 versus on the other account with Plexi is 50. So it makes a big difference in the lot size you use. And then you have to remember with the Daily Bread, you're not putting in one position, you're putting in 3 positions. So for that reason, you have to look at it from that standpoint. So a lot of time when it was getting kicked back, it was getting kicked back because of the restriction that Plexi-Trade has on the lot size, the size, of the lot size. So, and also when you use the pairs on the micro account, there's pairs in the system that has, like for instance, it'll say AUD, CAD, so odd CAD, and then it'll say .PRO. Those are the accounts that you have to use with the micro account. You can't use the regular AUD, odd CAD. You have to use the other one. So there's some differences that you have to do, but you can use the micro accounts if you signed up for those. But yeah. So you just have to be very aware of your lot size depending on your account. So I am going to, if you guys give me 1 minute, I'm trying to learn how to stream to the social media today. So I'm going to try and stream, and I'm going to welcome the social media people that are viewing for social media. So if you guys don't want your names, please change your names or whatever, or block your name out, put a nickname because it's gonna be on social media, so I want to give you guys that disclaimer. So we're gonna start trying to stream our Daily Bread trade, just so you guys know. So
Awesome.
if you don't want your faces on and all of that stuff,
Yeah, I want to be famous.
You want to be
I don't. For a day.
I do not like social media. I only got social media because I had to. So I don't. So this is new for me. Man, you guys don't even know. Like, this is very new for me. But I just wanted to give that disclaimer. Just give me a moment here, if you don't mind. And then I'm going to go through. Let's see. Okay, perfect. Everything is working. Alrighty. All right. Stage. Okay. Anybody else have any questions while we're waiting?
My market price is just supposed to be open price.
Yes, it's going to be open price. Yep. You don't have to put anything in. Yep. Everybody, just want to make sure everybody is ready. Okay, here we go. This. Okay. Goodbye. All right. I got everything. I think I got everything. Let Howard in. All righty. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Hi, my name is Donise. I'm coming to you guys live from Kingdom Exchange. Wanted to welcome the social media public. We are doing our daily bread that we do every day on the Kingdom Exchange. And so we wanted to just make sure that we invited the world out to see what we're doing here at Kingdom Exchange. So everybody, let's get back to what we're doing. Everybody has as far as I understand, everybody has everything that they need to get in to be able to do the daily bread. There's no one that we need to assist with that at this point, right?
Yes, we did that. We went through that Thursday and Friday with everybody.
Awesome,
We
awesome,
did Zoom for
awesome,
everybody, so everybody has it.
awesome, awesome. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for everybody that did that. So can everybody see my screen? Everybody can see my screen?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay.
That we
All right.
can.
All righty. So let me just check to make sure that we are good to go here.
Yes.
Make sure I'm sharing my screen with the public. Giving me a minute. Present.
Okie dokie. Oh, good.
Okay, just a moment here.
Means that I can do this.
Present, share.
Okay.
Okay, there we go. Okay, so there we go. We should be sharing. Everybody should be able to see my screen. What I am doing is, this is our daily bread. I don't know, Howard, I don't know if you were on at the time, but what I did is I told everybody, I created a daily bread calculator to help people with their lot size. Because as you know, the daily bread trade is 3 small trades where we go and we scalp the market at one of the volatile, when it's volatile, in order to get, our daily bread. So I created a daily bread calculator because people were having problems with what lot size to put in, and they were getting their trades kicked back. And so in order to do that, if you guys go to the KXC Hub, you guys will see that as another one of the items that is listed in the let me see, let me just go into, I'm gonna go into KXC Hub. So I put it there for you guys to access, and it's at the bottom, and I'm just gonna go over it really quickly so you guys can see how that works. My screen is going a little bit slower than me today. All right. So, I should have showed you guys where it's at. So down here, it's the last thing at the bottom. It says daily bread calculator. Can you guys see that? Is it showing?
Yes.
Okay. So that's where it's at. I put it there. And what it is, everything that is in yellow, you guys, is what you guys want to fill in. Everything that is in yellow is what you want to fill in. Everything else you don't have to worry about. So for instance, you're going to put in your, you're going to put in your, the amount of your account. So if you have, for instance, a $5,000 account, it doesn't matter if you want it based on, like, I want a set amount of dollars per trade, or if I want to set percentage per trade. You can put either of them in or both. It's going to give you the amount for both. So say, for instance, I want to make $50. You go ahead and you put $50 there, and you don't have to fill this in. You can leave that blank. It doesn't matter. If I didn't put anything there, it just would come back, you know, with that. So I just put, you know, 1%. It doesn't matter. So if you say $50, it's going to say, what are your stop loss in pips for each one of these trades? Points, remember, if it's points, add a 0. So if it's 5, 8, and 12, you're going to add a 0 for 50, 80, and 120. For point, you want to take it to pips instead of points. So indices has points and currencies has pips. Also, you need to click on this to say which asset that you want. Are you trading, you know, one of the indices? Are you trading gold or JPY? Because they have a different point system. You know, the way the lot size is created is differently. So you want to put, you know, what that is. And then when you do that, it's gonna calculate it for you what your recommended lot size is. And so when you do this, of course, you're not trying to get 50, you know, you got to make sure that you change this to coincide with it as well. You want to put what your leverage is on your account and what's your margin requirement. So remember, I recommend that you stay above 300, 250 to 2 to 300. Because remember, we're taking a higher risk trade because we're going in and scalping the market really quickly. So that is available for you guys to use to help out. But we usually do an indice, and that's how that works. So I'll go more into it. I'll do a video on it that you'll be able to find on Kingdom Exchange, our YouTube channel at Kingdom Exchange. I'll do a video on that so you guys will be able to see that as well. But didn't want to go into it too much. I just wanted you guys to know that that is there and it is available. So again, we'll talk more about it either in one of the classes or I'll do a video as well for that. So I just wanted you guys to know that was there. So
areas in which we're looking to enter into the market, either the pullback.
Okay. I thought somebody had a question, but it was actually them talking. So, yeah, if we don't have any questions, you guys have any questions about that? I know I didn't go too much into it, but do you guys have any questions about that? Okay, great. Any questions? So I'm going to go ahead and get my account ready so you guys can get yours ready as well. So this is the Daily Bread. You go in, you can find this at kxctrading.com. You register, you get access. It's under Trade Manager. We go to Daily Bread. Everybody has set up their accounts. So you click on the account that you're going to be using for the trade if you have multiple accounts. When it comes on, I just like to refresh my screen just to make sure that my equity and my balance are the same so that I know that it's fully refreshed. I then can click on and pick whatever symbol I'm going to be trading today. I'm going to trade US Tech because it's just one of the ones that are that have the volatility. So this is NAS, but on PlexiTrade, they call it US Tech. We don't have to put in a market price because it's doing a buy stop and a sell stop. I'm going to put in trailing stop loss because I want it to trail. I'm going to do one closes the other, which means that when one order is open, the other one will close. when it activates one side, either the buy stops or sell stops, the other will close. Because it's US Tech is one of the indices, I don't have to put in the points. It's already set up for the indices. So 3 trades will enter at 10 points. And then the next ones the take profits are 5, 8, and 12 points. I'm going to use a fixed lot size. And I'm going to enter that lot size in here. I'm going to put it at 0.75. And I'm ready to go. So those are all the steps that we need to do prior to. It's about 6:21 right now. So we have until, we usually like to enter it at about 6:28. So we have a few minutes. Anybody have any questions? Anything they want to talk about? Go ahead.
Oh, I'm gonna say no.
Oh, you said no. Okay, Joy. That means I've been doing my job. Me, Nina, Howard, whoever else has been helping, we've been doing our jobs if you guys have no questions. I like that.
Denise, I think I
Yes.
missed where we find the what you were just talking about.
It's
I
on
think
the
I missed.
KXC hub right here. The KXC, where you go kxchub.com.
Yes.
And then you go to the 30-day challenge. You go to Kingdom Current. The group is Kingdom Currency Exchange.
Correct.
And then if you go in there on the side where all of the education and training resources, you can go
Yes.
down to the daily bread lot calculator.
I'll refresh, but I don't have that on my list.
It should be, it's.
Mira, there it goes. I had to refresh.
Okay,
Thank
got
you.
it. Okay, no problem. All righty.
Hey, Denise, was everything supposed to be saved from Friday? Because I'm not able to pull up a pair. Do I?
What do you mean?
When I go up to like you got US Tech up there, I can't, it's like mine is empty again. Is it?
Okay.
Like,
Okay, so just hit this little refresh right here and see.
I did.
Is your account up here?
Yeah, it was, but it's not there either.
Okay, yeah, so what you got to do is click on the account, select your account.
Okay, it's
Select
back. It's back.
Okay.
I know. I thought I
It's
had
okay. Don't worry. It takes a little getting used to, but that's why I wanted to catch do a few minutes before, because probably starting once I probably starting next week, we won't have to get on here quite at 6 o'clock. We can get on at like 6:15 because you guys already have it. All we're doing is literally plugging in the numbers and clicking a few buttons and letting it do its job. So we'll get to we won't need as much time beforehand, because right now we're just sitting kind of waiting for 6:28. So we got about 5 minutes to come to go by, and that's pretty much it. That's literally, the daily bread trade is meant to be in and out. That's the easiest way to say it, to be in and out. So yeah. So let me see. Well, I can talk to you guys about something else that I was going to introduce this week. I've been kind of talking with you guys about trading plans and basically thinking about, the ways that we think about a trading plan, or the things that go inside of a trading plan. And so I do have a tool to help you to create a trading plan, but I'm also going to give you guys like a handout to give you the things that you should be thinking about as a part of a trading plan. And so like we talk about how I've told you guys that most trading plans just kind of consider, how you're going to trade, is this going to be a scalp? Are you intraday? Are you swing trading? What's your lot size? What's your entry strategies? What's your exit strategies? But I think that it's best to go even further than that in looking at, what's your mindset going into the trade? You know, are you trading for, you know, what's your goals in going into the trade, you know, for trading? You know, because you may, like for me, I have separate accounts set up to trade, you know, for different purposes. Because all of that makes a difference. In my opinion, like for instance, when I go in and do the daily bread trade, I have a different goal and a different mindset than when I may be doing some scalping trades for, you know, for different things that I want to do, ministry, purpose, businesses, things like that, providing capital for those. I have a different mindset when I'm going into those trades. So all of that matters. And I think that each thing should be considered in your trading plan. And so I came up with a checklist and kind of considerate things that you should consider. So I will provide you guys with that just to kind of look at. And it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I've done it a couple of times, you know, because I have different accounts, different goals, and it really helps you to stay focused, especially when you have that trading plan sitting before you while you're in that particular trading session. So I think it's an awesome thing to think, something that will really, you know, help you guys in your trading. I know I talk about it a lot when we're doing the nightly trade, remember, we're here to scout in and out, you know. So keeping that goal in mind, we got our $1,000 goal tonight, keeping that goal in mind. It's like keeping it before you. And so I think that will really help you guys with you know, staying consistently profitable as you trade. So I will present that, you know, send that. It'll probably come out in an email. So check your emails for that. And if, of course, you have any questions, you put all your questions in the hub. Nina is killing it in the hub as far as points. I gotta put the rewards up there. Thank you so much, Nina, for all your help to everybody. Nina, Howard, Jay, everybody that's been helping. I want to really give a shout out to you guys. Thank you so much. You've been such a blessing for me. So thank you guys. It is 6:27, so we got a few minutes. And I should have had the market screen up too. So which account do I have? Flexify. Okay, so I am going to hit the submit button, you guys. It just turned 6:28. Trade opened successfully, as easy as that. But of course, I don't have. Let's see. So we can see that trades have been placed on the screen. So we're just gonna wait. And Monday is actually a slower day in the market, just so you guys know. So let's just see what's going. It's going here. It's going. Did everybody's trades get placed?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes, mine did.
Okay, just wanted to make sure, So we're waiting for it to activate. Okay, my buys just got activated. You can see the sell stops closed. So let's see. There goes 630 just hit.
Water filled.
Somebody's in the apex.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
I got it, I got it, I
I
got it.
love it. I love it.
I'm,
I love
I'm
this.
going the other way, but I'm not worried.
I love this.
Howard, you in Apex, I heard you.
Yes, I am. I'm in both. I'm in
I'm
both.
like,
I'm
I
in
did
both.
Apex
you-
too. I
I'm
did
in both.
Apex and I made my over my 1,000 in my Apex.
I'm in
too.
both. I'm in
oh,
both.
you in both? Okay.
But
So as you can see, it all depends on when you click and what your
Yep.
settings are. I'm
Yep.
still going. I'm in my broker, but we still by now, and just so you guys know, by now I would have done my
Hedge of
my
protection. huh?
hedge. Yeah, I would have hedged, but because because I'm
pushed it.
streaming, I'm not gonna, I can't give everybody everything. So because I'm streaming, I'm not gonna
right.
put in my hedge trade.
Right.
But just know I would have hedged by now and waited for it to go back up. But it's gonna hit both ways. It's gonna go up. It just was at I was looking at NAS. I don't want to turn from this because I want them to see it, but I was looking at NAS and it was at a point where it was just going through diversion. So I knew it would drop down before it get up. So it was right at a point of diversion. So it's about to go up.
It's just about to go up.
Yeah.
Now I put mine in for a sell.
Oh shoot, maybe not. Okay.
I put mine in for a sell. Ooh,
You did?
I love I love you, Denise. I love you, Denise.
Oh, you are too funny. You are too funny.
Oh yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
I want to hedge so bad, but I can't. I can't. Yeah, I want to keep the strategy for the people that are participating. So
Oh yeah. Now this is broke, so this is another. So after one trade is this trade, my daily bread trade is finished, and the Apex trade is finished, but it's setting up again. So this is
Just go back in. Go back in.
it should. Janet said, "Go back in." I'm about to close these ones because it's hitting my levels. I want to do the daily bread trade. All right. So I just took a loss on that only because I couldn't hedge. The only reason I didn't hedge is because I saved that for the people that are in the school. But yes,
Oh my goodness.
just imagine how. And see, this is the thing. This is the thing. You guys can't be scared of the volatility on the.
No, I ain't scared, honey.
You ain't scared no more? You're not scared no more? All right. That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, I'm just going to say, goodbye to the people on social media and get back to the class. But I hope you guys enjoyed what you watched today. Check us out at kxctrading.com. But so yes, I just wanted, I had to end that stream really quickly, but I just wanted to show what we do or whatever. But let me get back to you guys now. So let's talk about the trade. Let's talk about the trade because mine wasn't successful as you guys saw, but you guys have seen me come back from it by doing the hedge trade. Again, the only reason why I did not do the hedge trade is because, I was streaming and I don't, I'm not trying, I want to make sure that I'm able to keep, the things that are in the challenge are part of KXC. I can't give everybody everything. So, but yes, let's talk about it. Howard, how did yours work out for you? So tell me what you did. So you said you put in sales only.
Yes, because I had analyzed this earlier. And in analyzing this earlier, I was, biased for a sell.
Perfect. Okay.
And so when I set my the morning trade, I set it for sell only. I took the buy
Perfect.
off,
Mm-hmm.
and it went up a little bit, but then it came down. And then since I put it on another screen, I put the my Apex because I was biased for a sell. And
So
then I
you
set
just
up
put a sell in, period. You didn't use the daily bread. You just put a sell in.
no, I use the daily bread for one. I have 3
No,
different
no, no.
screens.
I mean, for the Apex one, you didn't use the daily bread.
I don't understand that.
So you use the daily bread to do one trade, to place one trade, correct?
Yes. Then in another screen,
Uh-huh.
I
You can't, because
use
Apex, you can't use the daily bread with Apex.
no. I didn't.
Okay, that's what I mean.
No. I didn't have
The daily
set.
bread set. You just
No,
knew that you was making a sell, so you made a
yeah.
sell in Apex.
So one, I had
Okay,
Trader. Okay, let me put it this way: I had Tradeovate on one screen.
there you go.
I
Okay,
had Tradeovate on one screen, and on the other screen, I had the manager,
bread.
the daily
Right.
bread manager setup, and I put in for, and when I saw, because I was biased for sell in my Tradeovate, I said I'm not gonna do the buy
Right.
for the daily bread because I'm
You had your
biased this
bias.
way.
You did your
I'm a
analysis.
bias.
That's
Someone else.
perfect.
And so it just went both ways. It went for a sell and it went both ways. I mean, not both ways, it went both trades rather. Both trades went the same way.
I know
Now,
it's exciting. It's exciting. Howard's like, that's exciting. Don't
now
I love it.
my thing, I don't know if we're streaming or not, but now I'm trying to,
You're not streaming. You're not streaming. I cut it off so
okay,
that we
so
can have class now.
what I am
So-
trying to figure out is how this hedging works.
Okay,
'Cause
so
I'm not in it for the hedge. I'm not in it for the hedge, but
No.
I would get in for the buy.
okay, so let me.
But I don't know how to do that.
That's why I wanted to cut off because I even me like I couldn't hedge because I would have been showing everybody our stuff. So so let me say okay. So that's why I wanted to talk about what was different for you. So for in my trade, as you guys saw, I actually lost, right? I actually lost, and but what I wanted to show you guys is what would have happened. I'm gonna pull up another. That's why when I'm teaching, I use demo, by the way, so that I can allow you guys to see the full gamut of what's going on. Because a lot of times people only want you to see the good. They only want you to see the good trades. They don't want you to see the bad trades or I don't call them bad trades. I say the trades that go against you. So I want you guys to understand, because if you don't see that, you don't see what do I do when a trade goes against me, then you don't know what to do. And that's why people lose their accounts. You don't know what to do. And so I want people to see both sides of it, because, even on live, they just think I lost a trade, when I know in reality, I would have never lost that trade because I would have been put a hedge in. You know what I'm saying? So, but I don't care about that. I care about my students and the people that, I want you guys to know this is what we do. And so what happens, so it's still pretty volatile. So I'm going to see if I can let me share my screen again. Go ahead.
I do have,
because Tell me your question.
because
While I'm setting up.
because daily bread trade is not based on market structure, I'm having
It
a
can
real
be.
time.
No, it can be. It does. So that's the thing. That's why I talked about the trading plan. I'm not saying that you shouldn't go and do analysis. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying, if you go in and do exactly like you did, you went in, you did analysis, and you feel that it sells, click off buy for click it off. That's all he did. He came in here and he said, oh, I have an analysis that told me that it's selling. I don't even want to do the buys. I just want to do sell stops. And it's still going to manage it the same way that it manages it, only it's only going to put in sales. So you have the option to do that for people that like me that may not get up and do an analysis, or, because I do know how to hedge. I don't worry about the analysis because usually the trade is so quick, I don't have to worry about it. It usually goes where it's going to go, and you can change your time. Maybe instead of going in at 6:28, you go in at 6:29. Maybe you go in at 6:30. you know, because that also will make a difference on how quickly, because remember, when I went in when it hit my buy, it hit my buy before 6:30 bell even hit. So maybe it's you want to wait seconds before the 6:30 bell, the opening bell, you know, so that it doesn't do that. Again, that's all a part of your personal strategy. So I want you guys to understand that this is just the tool you use. It's just like I may use a knife differently than you use a knife. I may use scissors. I might cut in straight line. You may cut jagged. Everybody, it's just a tool. So you use the tool to fit your plan. I don't want you guys to get my plan. I'm giving you suggestions on how I use it, but it's totally adaptable to however you trade. Howard adapted it to how he trades based on what he saw. So he gets up, he does his analysis. He saw that it was going to sell. Then why do I even want to put in a buy? Because I see it selling. So he just put sales. This tool worked the same way for him. It still got him his pips, got him what he needed to do, and he didn't have to manage it. He was able to take 2 trades because this trade was being managed by the trade manager, and then he was able to go into his Apex account and do another trade.
Exactly.
So that's exactly what I want you guys to understand, that this is for the convenience. It's just the way that I traded, and the reason I traded with the buy and a sell, because like I told you, I usually don't put on one closes the other, because what that does is I automatically have a hedge at the other side. If I don't put this on, it never closes this. Like if I have a buy and a sell in, it doesn't close this one. I usually only put my trail stop loss in. That's it. But because of the way I'm teaching, and I don't, you know, it's difficult to try to watch buys and sells when you're new to this trading strategy. So for that reason, I try to make it easier. But I don't usually put this on because then I automatically have a hedge. So that's the thing. And then by the time that hedge, so for instance, let me just I probably have to do I have to do one really small because my account 0.05. I'm going to put in. So, I don't have US Tech.
Now,
go ahead. I'm listening.
I'm really trying to figure out. I mean, I know it's a market structure, and I'm even though I'm having my way, I like to see other people's way.
Mm-hmm.
By taking my way out of it. I'm having a real hard time.
Because we've been
Totally
taught
understand.
I'm not going to be able to make you understand. You've been taught to go in and do market structure. So I'm telling you not to. You've been taught. So you see what I'm saying? I'm telling you it doesn't matter. So I can't unteach something you've been taught. So
Okay.
what I'm showing, I wanted to go the opposite way. So it's in profit right now, but I wanted to go the opposite way to be able to show you guys. I needed, to go against, it didn't, of course. So I was going to show you guys the hedge again. So the only difference in what happened today is that, so it activated my buys and then it went into a sell. So I still had these pending buys up here that were at a loss, right? Had I not, like right now, you see how these are activated, but these are still here. They're still here. So this is like for me, remember, we get in, it activates 10 above and 10 below. So if this is 10 below, this is actually about 20 points below, right? Right now. So that creates, this creates an automatic hedge for me. So that if, for instance, it wicked the buys and then it sold, I would have a hedge here. By the time this went into profit, I would create another hedge, right? Because I know that it's going down. Now and I see that it's because it went down 20 and activated this, and then it went down another 12 because it hit all my take profits. That's 30 points the opposite way. It's time for me to put a hedge in. So how that works for me is if I was in a buy and I was at a loss, by the time these hedges took this profit, I would be ready to put a hedge in. And it's, I only can show you in a live market, and the market has to do it for me to show you it. So it's like I have to go into a loss to show you. And, I only could go into a loss when the system does it. So I'm gonna cancel these and try to see if it does it again. That's the only way to show you, is it has to do it. It has to wick one side and then go to the other. So I'm gonna try it again and see if it does it again. I want you guys to see it. I want you guys to be able to see it, but I can only do it if the market provides that structure. So that's why I try to record, so you guys can go back and see what, how that hedge is done.
I'm looking
ahead.
at this right now. Now this looks like,
Okay.
and I know I shouldn't be looking at it this way. It looks like it's
However-
gonna go up, and then come down. That's what it looks like it's gonna do.
Mhm.
Or wake up and come down because it's pulling back to come down. Now,
Denise,
are you
So now it's,
dependent on
it
that
went into
pullback?
sell. I'm not dependent on anything. I'm dependent on my hedge. Because have you seen me I haven't pulled up the charts.
Okay.
And that's the part that's hard for you to get. And I get that. I haven't pulled up the charts at all.
Okay.
the-
I
That
haven't
is the
pulled
part
I
up.
that's
You
have
see me
hard.
mine says activated, but it never activated.
Your lot size is too big.
Wow.
Your lot size is too big for your account. Okay, so now this is what I want to show you. If it goes up and it activates this too. So look, I'm in sales, right? I'm in sales, right? And I'm going negative in sales. But because I still have this activated, it's going to activate my buys. And remember when I told you, when you have a buy and a sell, it contains the loss. So now, only reason it's doing it is this is moving is because I have 3 in instead of 2. I have 2 buys and 3 sells. I mean, 3 buys and 2 sells. So that's why this number is moving. But if I had 2 versus 2, this number would be sitting still, right? Matter of fact, I'm gonna close one out just so you can see what I mean. See how that number isn't moving? It contains the loss. Even though price is moving, that's what is called the hedge. It contains your loss. It like
Oh my
stops the
God, that's so
bleeding.
dope. That's so dope. So dope.
Okay.
So dope.
It
Yeah.
stops the bleeding. I'm trying to get you guys this is why I don't. So I understand what you're saying, Howard. The reason I'm trying to tell you that I'm not basing it off of structure. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what structure does, because I've contained my loss to $45. It could go up to the sky and my loss, okay. Now that those activated, I'm gonna put 2 more buys in, right? Wait a minute. Yeah. 2 more wait a minute, did I do that right? Oh, them are 0.5. I was like, why it ain't stopping? Okay. Right, I'm gonna close take these ones out. Where's the one that's the 0.1? Right. So now I'm just trying to show you guys, it contained my loss. I forgot to take profits were coming up. My loss is contained, period. Right? You seeing $70, but remember, I had earned some money over there, and it just because I messed up. I didn't have the right setting. But my loss is contained. So I can wait until now that I have the hedge in, now I'm gonna go and look at the market for analysis. Now, because I have a hedge, so the point is, I go in, I do the daily bread. If it activates only one, or if it activates both of them, I get all my profit. I'm good. I'm done for the day, right? But in case it doesn't activate really quickly and I'm out of there, I have the confidence of the hedge. I have the confidence that I can go in, contain whatever my loss is at the time, and then go back and get my money.
Okay.
Right? So now that this is contained, I'm not freaked out and panicked that I'm losing money. You get it?
Yeah, I see.
Bye, Joy. I understand. See you later. But do you get what I'm trying to say? And
Yes.
now I'm gonna, so what, so remember, when we panic as traders, when do we panic as traders?
We don't
When do we
understand what's
generally
going on.
panic as traders? When do you get nervous when you
When
trade?
we're
Trade.
losing, when we're losing.
Exactly. Exactly. The point I'm making. That's what I'm trying. I've been told that I'm a problem solver. We panic when we're losing money. So I'm going to stop your panic. That's solving the problem. That's solving half the problem. If I contain your loss, you can go and take a coffee break. You could do whatever to bring yourself back down. Let's get your mindset back right. Okay. My analysis didn't go, the trade is going against me. My analysis was not, the way I thought it, or the market decided to manipulate me, whatever it may be, whatever the situation, or my daily bread trade went against me, whatever the situation, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the reason is, because we're going to get out of the reason and into the solution. We're going to get out of the problem and into the solution. It doesn't matter why the trade went against you. We just know it went against you. Now I'm going to go to the charts. Now that I contained the bleeding, because in first aid, they'll tell you, let's stop the bleeding first. We're going to stop the bleeding, and then they're going to send you into surgery to see what's going on. But they stop the bleeding first. So we're going to stop the bleeding. We stop the bleeding here. I ain't worried about the price since because I don't have to. It's been going up since then. It don't matter. I don't care. It doesn't matter. I stopped the bleeding. My loss gonna stay right there. No matter, I could talk for 5 more minutes and my loss is gonna stay right there. No matter what the market is doing. Now that I have, go ahead, answer your question.
So now, my question would be, would you now take, like, as it goes up in one direction, you would take the profit over your loss, and
So
then
now I'm gonna go to the
and
chart.
everything.
Now I'm gonna go to the charts and I'm gonna see what is market doing. Where did my analysis go wrong? In this case, I don't have an analysis that went wrong. I just didn't do an analysis. So it's not that analysis went wrong. I just didn't do an analysis. So now I'm gonna do that. Now I'm gonna do an analysis. I'm gonna go to the charts and let me see. I'm gonna go to the charts. Let's find. See, you could tell I don't even have TradingView up. So I wasn't in the chart. So now I'm going to go to TradingView. I'm going to go look at the charts and I'm going to see what is NAS? It's NAS. Okay, this is futures. Let's see. Let's go and see what is NAS doing. What was NAS doing? What is NAS doing? Okay. NAS is pulling up. This is on the 1 hour. So let's go down to the 15 minutes because we're trying to see what's happening right now, right? So boom. Let's move this up here. So, okay. We see here that, and we got some news coming that's later tonight. All right. So we see that, okay, NAS was going up and it's coming down. It's probably at about the 23 or close to the 23. This probably hit off the 23. Let's put I'm going to turn this off for a minute and I'm going to put on from the swing, because this is the swing low to the swing high. We're not going to do these little ones in between. We're going to do from the swing. So we're going to do a fib. Let's fib this from swing high to swing low. What did I tell you? It's right at the 23.6. I can't make this up. It's at the 23.6. It's rejected off of the 23.6. So it wasn't able to. So I know that if it rejected off of the 23.6, it didn't close below it, then it's probably just a pullback. It's not a retracement, because in order for it to be a retracement, price has to close beyond the 23.6. So since it didn't do that, that tells me that it's going to keep going up, right? So that's what that tells me on the 15-minute. I know that even though it's pulled back right now, it's going to keep going up. So I'm going to wait. Now that I see that, I'm going to look for what areas does it need to break in order to satisfy. Now I can go to the lower time frames and look and see, okay, what areas what areas on the shorter or the lower time frames, where do I find resistance at? Where are my resistance points? What do I have to go above? Do I have any double tops, double bottoms? Now I can go in and look at the detail to see, okay, when do I get in that third trade? Remember, I always talk about that third trade. When do I put in that third trade that lets me know that, yes, this is proven that this was just a pullback and the pullback is over. So now I'm waiting for proof that the pullback is over, right? So our trend gives us our perfect thing. We know that when the trend crosses back up, we get our 4 points. We know that it's over. So when we get our 4 points on either direction, whether that's on a buy or a sell, we put in that third trade. So if we get, our trend clouds help us because it makes it easier for us to see. Well, right now it's red but we got gray down here. So we know it's pushing back up, right? On the 5, this is the 5 minute. And I want to go to the 5 minute. I don't want to go to something as low as the 1 minute because I got to give myself enough room. I need to make at least 20 pips to get that profit back. So I'm gonna go on the 5 minute and I'm gonna wait till the 5 minute tells me that price is, that current price. And you can see my clouds is telling me both of them is gray now. So they were bearish, but now the bearish clouds are gray. So that means they're moving into bullish. So once I have confirmation, what is my confirmation? For me, confirmation of the trend changing or going back into a direction is my 4 points of a trend. Now, I'm okay to have those 4 points of a trend on a smaller time frame. So because remember, your entry and your analysis is 2 different time frames. I am looking here to see that the trend, that the clouds is back to bullish, looking bullish, but entering, I'm going to look to the 30 minute or the 1 second, right? So my 4 points, which is where I enter off of my 4 points, but I do analysis off of a higher time frame, right? Based on the situation. So once I validate that this has returned to, it can validate on either side. It can validate in a buy or a sell. Whichever side that it validates on, that's what I'm going to go in and put in for my next set of trade. Whether I put in, a 1, because a 0.1 of a buy or a 0.1 of a sell is going to be dependent on what I find in what validates here. And I can wait because I've stopped the bleeding. I can wait until I got a good analysis. I got a good diagnosis. I got a good prognosis. I can wait because I've stopped the bleeding. So you're no longer in fear mode. You're no longer in fear mode of losing my account, because that's the thing. We get into fear mode because our balance, we see this, and we don't know what to do. We just see this loss. So we're in fear mode. And so we do crazy stuff, right? We exit out when we shouldn't exit out. This is what stops the bleeding, allows you to go back in, do an analysis, and wait until you have validation that that analysis is good to go. Jay, go ahead. You raised your hand.
I don't know if I don't know if you misspoke. You said your entry time was, you mean 1 minute and 30 seconds, right? Not, I think you said 30 minutes and something else.
I said 30 seconds or 1 minute. 1 minute or 30 seconds is my
Oh,
entry.
I heard wrong. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's okay. Or maybe I did, but I meant my entry times would be on the 1 minute or the 30
Or
seconds.
30 seconds. Yeah, that's what I
Right.
thought. All right, thank you.
Okay, no problem. Howard.
Okay, so all right, so you basically stop the bleeding. I got that part. And
Mhm.
once you stop the bleeding, basically you wait for your analysis to
Mhm.
go to figure out what direction is going in. And then at that point, would you put the third trade in whatever direction that it's going in, so that it would,
Yes,
it would add.
in the
I got it. Now it makes sense. Now it makes sense.
Whatever the
I
total,
got it.
whatever your total lot size is for both. So like in this case, because it's 2 trades and 2 buys, 2 sells that are at 0.05 and 0.05, I would put in whatever my next trade in, it would be at 0.1
Got it.
to
Got it.
equal the total. You
I
got it?
get it. I got it.
You
I
got
got
it.
I got it.
Howard
I
got
got
it.
it.
Okay, we
Got
good.
it.
We good. Howard got it.
I got it. I got it. I figured it out. Thank you.
Don't be
Okay.
sizing Howard up like that. Don't be sizing Howard up like that, man. I gotta deal with him later. So don't size him
Okay.
up.
I got it. I
You
got it.
got it? Oh,
That's
great.
right.
Okay.
Me and Jay will definitely be going over this later on today.
Now
And me.
remember, I need you guys to be aware that all of your strategies are going to vary depending on your account type, your account size. Remember, this is not a trade that you can do in Apex because
Mhm.
with futures, you cannot have buys and sells. A buy will cancel out a sell. So you cannot do this in futures. Remember that. I need
Got
you to know that. So when we do the daily bread is not a trade that's meant to be done in a futures account. And that's why I think having a trading plan for each way you plan on trading or each account that you plan on trading is important. Like I'm going to trade this account like this, and I'm going to trade this, this other account like this because it is different. I trade my Apex account differently than I would trade a Plexi Trade account or an Oanda account. I trade each one differently. Oanda is only 1 to 30. I trade with a very small lot size with them, right? So Oanda, but I'm a very aggressive trader. I don't even like small lot sizes. So I'm just saying, but because of the account that I have, every account I trade differently because they have different requirements, different whatever. And I may be able to use the daily, but even down to the strategies. I have tons of strategies, but I can't use all of my strategies on every account. So that's why I say it's important. And like, I want you guys to get to the point where like when you're trading in a specific session, if I'm having this specific, because you have multiple trading sessions throughout the day, but you have a daily goal, but you may have a daily goal for multiple accounts. So when you create your trading plan, it needs to look at all of that. Like I'm going to trade between 6 and 7 for the daily bread in this account. And my goal for this account is this. I'm going to trade at 12, noon and 6 p.m. And I'm going to trade like this with these accounts, and it's going to incorporate, this is my whole daily goal based on these 3 different accounts. So you need to know that because when you have a clear plan, it's easy. So, if you're just trading, when do you stop? How do you know when you stop? When is it time for me to stop? And that's how we get caught up in giving the money back because we don't know that we met our goal because we don't have one. So when do you stop trading? Do you just keep trading because you like trading? You're going to get your money back. I can tell you that. It just is. It's the law of numbers. It has nothing to do with anything else but statistics. I just keep trading just because, this is fun. This is a business that happens to be fun. But we that the whole point of trading is freedom, is to give you back the freedom to do the other things you want to do. So, yeah. Anybody, I just, I could keep going on and on, but anybody have any questions? I love how Nina just loves, she's like, this is dope.
Yes. So exciting. I do have a quick.
I know you get it. Oh, I didn't see your hand. I'm sorry.
I know I'm blaming my background. I'm sorry. Oh, whose hand was first? It's just really quick.
I don't know. It doesn't matter. Go ahead, Yvonne. It doesn't matter. It's up to you guys.
I was just curious. So I know that you said you put in a third trade and it's for a total of 0.1 if you were in this kind of trade that had the 0.05.
You want me to do it so you can see it?
Yes, because I was just experimenting on my side, trying to do like how you said, you don't do the one closes the other because then that is in itself the hedge trade. And and it seemed like it was working, but then it would just close me
It's
out.
So remember I said that what I do is once it hits the take profits, then I enter another buy. So like for instance, in this particular case, remember I entered another, I entered these 2 buys. Because remember at first it was like $45 loss, right?
Okay.
And then so it automatically gives you time. Like once, so what happens is it automatically gave you the hedge, right? But
Mhm.
remember, it's going to keep going up, so it's going to hit the take profits.
Yes, that's
So
what
once it, okay,
that's-
so once it hits the take profits, now you have to enter the hedge. You have to enter another trade, and that's going to stop the bleeding, right?
yeah.
So
Going
so let me, I'm gonna just do it again for, well, I don't know if it's going to do it. I'm gonna just try it. Let me try it in a different account. Let me see.
I'm also, Nina's kind enough that we're gonna meet after this too.
Okay, so Nina, you think you'll be able to explain it to her? Because I know you got it. She's like, oh, okay. So
Concept is-
this is the thing.
I'll be there. I'll be there.
So
Okay.
so the thing is
Okay.
this. So remember, this is moving fast, right? So all that is doing, okay, so when I don't do the one closes the other, it's because this is moving so fast. Remember, it's moving slow now. Like I could do a hedge on my own. I don't need the system to do it. But what it does is it gives me time to make my profit. So I make that whatever amount profit I was going to make on the up trade. Now because remember when we hedge on the indices, my settings is 10 above, 10 below, it creates a buy stop, right? So that means that's 10 points, right? Then if it goes all the way to the hedge to the take profits, that makes my highest take profit is 12 points. So 10 plus 12 is 22. So that means, now remember, so that's 22 from the middle, right? Plus the 10 where I activated the opposite trade. So that makes 32, right? So that means I'm 32 points at a loss for the trades that went bad, right?
Yeah.
By the time it takes the profit of the last trade, right? So
Yeah.
I'm 32 points above, right?
Right.
So for me, I take that profit that I'm going to get from those trades that went into profit. I don't care which direction it went. I'm going to wait and let it take that money and earn that money. But as soon as it earns that money, because it is 32 points the opposite way, I know that I need to add a hedge automatically. But by me not closing the other ones, it allowed me to earn some profit already. And it created kind of a hedge too. But I know that I have to create a manual hedge because now it's 30 points above, it's 30 points opposed, in the opposite direction. So I know that I need to put in a hedge. So yes, it creates the opportunity for a hedge, but you still have to put in your manual hedge once it takes profit. Once it takes profit on the other side, that just because you can see it taking profit, right? You can see it. So you know that once it hits that take profit amount, you need to put in a hedge trade for the total amount that you have open in the opposing direction. So if I know that like it had two sells and and the buys were taking profit, I know that whatever my volume or whatever my lot size, my total lot size in sales, I need to get ready to create another buy to stop the bleeding. Because when those take profits come up, they're going to close. So so that won't be a hedge for you anymore. Because they close. You get it?
Yeah, because
yeah. So when they closed, you were supposed to put in another hedge, put in another trade, another buy.
Another buy. If the sell won, I was supposed to put in another buy.
If your buys win, you put in another buy. If your sells win, you put in another sell because you have both open. You get it? Because you want to have it's like 1 plus 1, you know, it's like a positive 1 and a negative 1 cancels each other out.
Mhm.
It's the same concept. So a buy and a sell is going to cancel each other out.
Great. Great. Okay, so
Get
if my 2 buys win and my 2 sells, basically if
Are
my 2
open.
buys win, they're gonna go away because my stop loss, I mean,
Exactly.
but my
Exactly. And your two cells will still be in there. So you need something to stop the bleeding on the cells.
I don't just close them out
No, because you're
that
going to
just
go
like
in.
cancels what I just won.
That's going to make you have a loss. So you don't cancel the cells. You let the buys close themselves out because you won't have to do anything. You let the buys close themselves out and you enter another buy.
And that's where you were saying if I have 2.05 cells, I would create a buy of 1.
0.1, 0.1.
Excuse me, 0.1.
Yes.
And then
then
what do I do by doing
Then
that?
you do your analysis and you wait to see which way the market is going. That's when you do your analysis and you wait to see which way the market is going. Like for instance, so say for instance, we waited, but the market's about to go down. So we waited and we saw what the market is doing, right? So we see that the market, say for instance, if we see, and the market, we see like right now, this looks like this is causing, this tells me it's about to go down possibly, right? So for instance, if this was going to continue up, I would just add a buy of 0.1, add another buy, and then you'll see the loss start to go away until it got to 0 or to a profit. And then you close everything and you're good. You didn't have a loss anymore. But if it goes down, remember what I told you, if it goes down like it's doing now, and I think that it's going to go into a sell, I'm going to wait till this number gets as close as possible to 0 without hitting 0. And I'm just going to close these in profit and then let these go into profit.
Okay.
You understand that? It takes a bit, and that's why I wasn't really trying to teach the hedge in the challenge. I was trying to show you guys because it's a little bit, you got to grasp your head around it, you know. So don't feel bad at all. Like it took me a minute, and God gave it to me, and it took me a minute to get it. Like I was doing it all wrong, but it's a tool to keep us from operating in fear. Because he puts a hedge of protection about us so we don't have to operate in fear. And that's what happens. We make bad decisions about our trades and what to do with our trades when we operate out of fear. Mm-hmm. And so this is to put that protection around us. Again, stop the bleeding to give us a chance to wait and see what the market is really doing, because sometimes it's manipulation. It's not that your analysis is wrong. It's just that the market is manipulating at the time. Okay. Most times is that, because you'll see that you'll be like, oh my gosh, I took that loss and it went straight to what I said it was going to do. Yeah. And this will stop that from happening.
Yeah. Okay.
Because it gives you the opportunity to wait it out without panicking.
Right.
So,
and then
but yeah, go ahead.
So, on the challenge, the Apex challenge, we can't use this method, you were saying?
No, because futures doesn't allow you to do buys and sells. With futures, when you do a buy, if you're in a buy and then you click a sell, it closes out the buy.
Got it. Okay. So that one's a different strategy for the Apex.
Correct. That's where we do our scalp, our $1,000 a day scalp.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem. All right, Nina.
So I know you said you didn't want to teach the hedging during the challenge, but we're kind of talking about it. And so it references the bracket for the futures. So is that something we can talk about in tomorrow's class, maybe?
What's today? Is today beginners or?
It's beginning of tomorrow advance, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
You want to
That's
talk about what the bracket, so you can't, you can do a bracket order, but remember, you can't, you won't, like, for instance, you'll be able to do it like Howard did it, where he just does a cell, like say you go in and do your analysis. So you can do it like that, like you go in and do an analysis and you create a bracket order in futures, you can do that, but you can only do one direction. You get it? So you know how, for instance, you know how, this is what I'm trying to say. All a bracket order is, where is my screen? So a bracket order is this, like say for instance, he takes one of these off, right? All of this you can do, everything you can do except for have two of these. You can set every setting that I just did, that every setting that is in here, except for multi-directional. That's it can't be bi-directional. It only can be single direction. But you can, and that's a bracket order. This very thing right here, without it having the two directions, is the, you can, this whole thing is a bracket order. You can have three positions. You can set the they call them ticks, of course, in futures. You can set the ticks, all of that. Exactly. You could do a trailing stop loss. You just can't do one close the other. And you can do initial stop loss. All of this you could do, everything, except you just can't have it bi-directional. So if you do like Howard did today and went in and did your analysis and then you can create a setting that's a bracket order that's called the daily bread and do it every day. But you have to have, you can even set a time for it to execute in TraderVate. Like literally, you can set a time. So the only thing is it cannot be bi-directional.
got it. Thank you.
Got it? No problem. So yes, I will definitely be prepared to teach that tomorrow for advanced students. Okay.
Actually, this was a question I didn't realize. We don't meet at all on Fridays, right?
No,
Okay,
No.
so it's Monday through Thursday situation. Okay.
correct.
And yeah, because on the weekend, I think I got my Zoom notification or something that, like, you know how it has the dates? So I
Oh,
think
okay.
weekend was on
Yeah.
there.
I think I was making some changes and it notified people of the changes I made. I was making some changes to include the StreamYard. So yeah, to be able to stream. So that's why it probably notified you. But yeah, but it's Monday through Thursday only. We meet Monday through Thursday.
Perfect. And last question. I love that you're using the social media to get it out there. With expectation, is that going to be every day? So then if we want to hedge, we got to do that solo. Or
Yes.
okay.
It's not going to necessarily be every day because I don't like social media. I'll just tell you that. But I'm trying to introduce it slowly because I got to get used to it too. I'm not a real social media person. So again, I'm trying to, because that's what everybody's telling me, like, you got to be on social media. You got to be on. I'm like, anyway. But so I'm gonna tell you, it ain't gonna be every day in the beginning. But I will I'm trying to introduce it because this is really something that I want more people, especially the youth, to get into, especially like as we see the employment. I don't know how much people watch like the employment numbers. The jobs are changing. It's not, I mean, people don't understand how much AI is being incorporated into things. I don't think people really are paying attention, and it's going to affect the people that it affects mostly are the lower economic individuals because they'll have more jobs, but it'll be higher technology, required jobs. And so if they're not being trained in technology, which most of people in lower demographic schools are not being trained in technology, then they're going to be the ones without a job. Like they literally have a robot that can do warehouse work, like literally move the pallets, all of that stuff. My husband is in trucking, and so they just started their first, trucks in Houston, driverless trucks, so it's getting to the point where you can say like lower, the more laborious type jobs they're finding automation, especially those things that are repetitive tasks. they're putting automation in it. And so either you're going to have the skills that are required to, know how to work the automation, whatever that is, or you're going to be out of a job. And so I really am focused on getting my community to see, to learn something different.
Yep, it's vital.
No
Thank you.
problem. Even though I don't want to be on social media. Let me just say that again for the 100th time. Any other questions before I head out? Howard, you good? You scratching your head? You good? You must be in the trade.
Yeah, I'm good. But
Okay.
yeah, I'm good. I think one of the old accounts that I had in Apex, I think it just automatically reset the month.
Oh, okay.
Because now I got these accounts. I'm like, where did this come from? But it's so good. I see it did reset. That's right.
Yeah, I probably reset. You got it. So what you got to do if you don't want those accounts anymore, make sure you go and cancel them.
Okay.
If you don't want, it will automatically reset.
Because now I got 250K accounts that I'm like, okay, but that was from the old when I first started.
Yeah.
Apex, I started with the 50K before we went up to the 300K with you.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So now I'm like, where did these come from? They just dropped in. So I'm like, okay. Then when
Yeah,
I look,
it must have been your reset date.
yeah, when I looked, it is my reset date. So yeah, that's what happened. Yeah.
All right.
So
And you
that's-
know
that's-
that you can, okay, so let me tell you something about that. So you know that, say for instance, you know that you don't want to continue them next month. You can go and cancel in it. It doesn't cancel the account. So you'll still be able to trade it. It's just that you have to pass it before that next month.
Okay, so if I cancel it, I just got to pass it and then let it run and then trade it.
Say it again.
If I
Say how-
cancel it, if I cancel it, I have to pass it before I run out, before the time runs out. Basically. That's what I'm saying.
Exactly, but it won't charge you again the next month. It'll just
Got
cancel. If you don't pass it, it won't charge you again
Won't
for the
charge you.
next month. And by canceling it, it doesn't cancel. It only cancels the invoice, not the account. The account doesn't drop off until your invoice is done.
Okay.
You get
Got
it?
it.
You get it?
Yes,
Okay.
I got it. I got it.
All right. That's just a protective measure that I use so that I don't get charged again, because I always pass it within the 30 days. So just so
Okay.
you know. All right.
Gotcha.
Hi,
All right.
Charles, you got a question?
Oh, so this stuff.
Charles, did you have a question, or is that a mistakenly raised hand? Okay, maybe he raised his hand by mistake. All right, you guys. Well, thank you so much for joining me again. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. If you guys have any questions, you always can put them in the chat. At KXC Hub in the chat.
My
Mina.
mic was off. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Charles, how can I help you?
Okay, my brain tired because I was helping Janet last night get this thing straightened out. Anyway,
Okay.
yeah, I stayed up late helping her because I had to do some stuff to get it in there for her.
Oh, I appreciate you. Thank
No,
you.
it's okay. I told her I would help because me and her we work with each other. So
Okay.
this one is just for hedging, right?
Say it again.
This platform here is just for hedging.
No. What do you mean? You're saying this particular Daily Bread?
Yeah, Daily Bread, but the other one is made for position trading, right?
Okay, so this is a tool. It's not a I'm trying to understand. I want to make sure I comprehend.
Yeah, the Daily Bread tool. I know it's two tools. The other one is another tool. The other tool, New Trade, the one we had to put our stuff in, say New Trade. That's a position trader, right?
So the tools are like, just think of it like a hammer. You can use the tool on whatever you want to use the tool on, right? But say it again. But the tool, so whether you use the new, what's called new trade, but it's really called a trade manager, or the daily
Yeah.
bread,
Trade manager.
those can be used on with any broker that uses MT4, MT5.
Okay.
All right. So that's how that works. It can be used on any broker that allows you to that works with MT4, MT5.
Okay.
So that's how that works. Anybody that uses MT4, MT5, you can use this tool, right? But what I'm saying is the way that you use it is different depending on your account restrictions. Like, so for instance, the reason I say that you can't use it on, first of all, you can't use it on Tradeovate because Tradeovate is not on MT4, MT5. So you
Right.
can't use it with them. But what we're talking about is the actual strategy. The strategy is it's going to take 3 quick trades, scalp and take 3 quick trades, take the money really quickly at the most volatile time. Now, the strategy you can use with Tradeovate, you just have to tweak it a little bit, right? And so that's what we were talking about. And so that's what I'm going to discuss in the advanced class, how you can use this same strategy without having the daily bread tool, because you can't use the daily bread tool because Tradeovate is not on MT4, MT5. So for that reason, I'm teaching how to tweak it to where you can have a tool that is almost the same as the daily bread, but it's called a bracket order.
Yeah, I know. I had read about the bracket order. I saw you do it too on one of the trades.
Okay, so you could do it. Yeah, you could do a bracket order, and it's synonymous. It's kind of the same. They call it an automatic trade manager. That's what they call it, an ATM. And Tradeovate is called an ATM. And so that's what I'm going to teach on. I believe, yeah. So it's right here. They're called ATMs. And so I have them turned off. So these are the ATM settings, and I'm going to teach you guys how to turn these on and create an ATM that basically So this is the same kind of concept where you have 1, 2, 3 positions, and you can call it the daily bread. And I'm going to teach you guys how to do this. And this is inside of Tradeovate, so that you guys can have like a daily bread. But the only difference is it's not directional. I mean bi-directional. You can only have it in one direction.
You can only buy or sell.
Exactly. Exactly. So that's what I'm going to teach you in the advanced class tomorrow, how to do this on Tradeovate, but you would have to do it in conjunction with your analysis.
Okay.
You got that?
Yeah, I understand it.
Okay, so yeah, there you go. So yep, it's a lot of ways to skin a cat. That's how they say. So like, oh, perfect. Oh, see, oh, I should have been. So I should have if I was in this is for Yvonne. If I was paying attention, I would have closed out of these trades, these buys up here before they went into a loss. And now I would be almost out of a loss. Because I would have closed out of these 2 buys up here before they went to 0. Remember I said I would close out before they because they were in profit.
Yeah.
So I would close out of those and just let these go into profit as they're going. You see that?
Yeah.
And then
those two up top.
Exactly. Because remember, price used to be up here. And I saw that. And remember I said this looks like it's about to go down just from just looking without doing any analysis, because I keep telling people when price moves, it goes the other way. It goes in the U. This is the shape of a U, not a V. It goes in a U. So it was giving me signs, because it was being resistant here, that it was about to change directions. So all I would have had to do was close those out in profit and let it take these ones back into profit as it's done. And then I would have closed these out in profit, and I would have had no loss for the day.
Okay.
And that's one of the problems, the biggest, problems that people have, of course, is they get scared because they start losing money. So if I am able to help you to see that, don't worry about that loss. Let's just wait and let's see what the market's going to do. And I have a method of getting you out of that.
Mhm.
Then don't worry about it. You know, so then we can handle that. So, and say for instance, it's right here. These are in a loss. All I'm going to do is put in a sell at 0.1 right now. I'm going to add a sell. And as this goes into profit, this will start to drop. As this, see how that number went from 70 to 59. See, it's going down.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was 70 something at first. Now I'm going into, now it's eating up this loss from here.
Yeah.
You get it?
Yeah. Okay. And you do that once, okay, so
And now they're even again. So now I have to create another cell to make it, because the take profits hit. So that's the part you missed. So
Yeah.
those two take profits are gone. So now I had to create another one because it stopped the loss, but now I have to create another one in order to eat up the loss, so to speak, right?
Mm.
Because if I would have caught it up here, I wouldn't have had to do this. I would be done. The trade would be over. But I was on, I was showing, the other side. But as this continues to go down, that's going to go away, and we're gonna go to zero or profit or whatever, and I'm going to close all of them out in profit and not have a loss for the day.
Okay, so as a recap, say you had the first 3 trades you entered into and it went towards the, okay, in this case, went towards the sell, and then those 3 won, but now they're gone and your buys are up here just eating away at kind of like in a negative. So then you manually are putting in cells that equal about the same as what's already on there, and in this case you're over, right?
I put it in equal when I want to stop the bleeding.
Yeah.
Once I know that I know now this is direction that it's going to go because it's been validated through market structure, then I put in another one to now I'm not just I'm not stopping the bleeding. Now I'm eating the loss.
Got it. Okay. And then once it gets down to 0, we should
Zero or profit, you close out everything.
or profit. Okay.
Mhm.
If it gets down to like where it starts if it gets down to 0, can we close out those buys but stay in our cells because that'll get us our profit?
You can, but remember, you gotta pay attention to where for me, I would suggest that you close out everything, and then if you want to just enter another cell, just enter it, because you want to make sure that you're not allowing price to go back up and take away that benefit of coming out of a loss. You know what I'm saying? So it's more clear like now, see how it's going up and down. You wouldn't be sure where you lock, where's your break even at, right? Where did I stop being at a loss at? So it's better, it's a more clear picture to just close out of everything. You know that you not at a loss anymore. And then if you wanted to continue, then continue. But I like to do, the reason I also suggest that is you want to make sure that you're analyzing your chart with fresh eyes again. So remember,
and enter like real, like, oh, this is the entrance point I want to enter in on. So let's close.
Right.
And then lastly, what's stopping you from
I'm about to show you right now when this goes to 0, right, I'm in profit. So all I'm going to do is do a bulk operations, and I'm going to close all positions, and I'm in profit. We had $32 profit. There was no loss out of that trade that the world, that trade that was 70 something dollars or whatever and lost. You now have no loss. You actually, I don't know what it's going to equal out to, because, I took some losses in the earlier trade, but You made $97. I'm just gonna just say here, $97 is what you made, and your two losses here equal up to about 65, 66, 65.30, and your win is 97.20. So that's what offset that. So you actually was 30 something dollars in profit off of that trade that you started, that went against you.
Yeah. Yeah.
You get it? Do you, I mean, I guess like if you traded and you lost a lot of money like I have, like you would be like, dang, I wish I would have knew this before. Like, because it's like a lot of times I've stayed in trades that I could have just hedged and waited, and I took losses that I could have hedged and waited because I was panicked, or I just closed out of the loss because I'm like, shoot, I'm too far into a loss. I just got to eat this loss. Like, this is the way that you don't have to eat a loss. You just have to be patient. Now, sometimes you come out of it, it doesn't take that long. Like now, what it took an extra 30 minutes to come out of this loss. Well, I'll wait an extra 30 minutes to not have a loss.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It just makes, to me, like I say, it just makes me have to trade longer. Right. You know, that's how.
You only did a 0.1, like you did the 0.1 to the 0.05, 0.05. So that was like a 0. Then you did the 0.1 to kind of even it out. That's our max. We're not going to like.
No, you could do whatever. You could, if you know that it's going, you could stack it. You could do 0.1. Then when it seemed like it's going good, then another 0.1. It's up to you how you trade. You can, but you have to, that's based on your confidence, like of your analysis. Like, for instance, my whole thing is, I want to solve this one problem at a time. Like, I want to know that unless I'm for sure, like I did that and I didn't really do an analysis, right? Did you see me doing the analysis? No. I just looked at it and said, oh, this looked like it's going down. Let me get out. I have enough room to get 30 pips. I knew I had enough room to get 30 pips to get out of it, right? I had enough room to get 30 pips. Now, do I have enough room to put a whole bunch of positions in it? I don't know that. Because look, it's going back up already.
Right.
So you don't want to let greed get in there and say, like, I want to hurry up and make some money. No, get yourself out of the problem first. And the problem is, I'm at a loss. Let's take this one step at a time, because remember, when we scalp on the 32nd, you're going to always have a trade set up. And that's what people don't understand. There's always going to be a trade set up, so you don't have to be greedy with it. It's just, how much time am I going to allot to trading, right?
Yeah.
How much time do I have to trade? And that's what it is. It is, you know, I got 2 hours to trade. I got an hour a day to trade, whatever that is. I'm going to find good setups during that time, because if I don't use good setups, I'm going to have to use the hedge of protection, which means I'm going to have to put more time into the market.
Got it.
Because I have no fear. I'm not going to operate in the spirit of fear, because I have something to combat that. I have a resolution for every problem that I come up with. So that's the purpose of the trading plan. The trading plan tells me this is exactly what I'm going to do. When I run into a problem, I'm going to use the hedge at this many points or pips, and this is what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to get up from my chair, give myself a break, and then come back and look at it with fresh eyes, see what the market is doing, and then I'm going to make my next entry. But I already know that if I put in a hedge position, I already know that I'm going to spend a little bit more time in the market, because I don't know when the market is going to decide what it's going to do. Now I have to do that. But if I do a good trade, if I take my time, and I might only get 1 or 2 good trades, then I'm only in the market maybe an hour. But if I go in there and I take 3, 2 semi-okay trades, because I had FOMO and I thought I was missing out on something, or whatever the reason is. Now I have to sit in the market for 3-4 hours, because I got to wait to figure out what the market is doing, because I just took 2 bad trades, 2 not bad, but 2 trades that was so they didn't meet all of my requirements.
Right.
Because I've done that too, where, it kind of looked like, oh, it's about to go there anyway. Let me just go on and get in. And I got into early, trade went against me, and then I end up watching the market for 3 hours to get out of a hedge.
That's good.
So at the end of the day, I learned that it's better to just take those good setups and be in and out of the market. It might take you a little longer to, that's what your alert's for. You don't have to sit and look at the screen. You
Mhm.
know what guarantee, what says is a good setup. So put your alerts in based on that setup and be done with it. When the alert come off, go look at your screen and take your trade. Boom, bam, bam. Thank you, ma'am. I'm done.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You're welcome. All right, you guys. I gotta I gotta get ready, but I might not have any beginners in class because it seems like you guys are about to meet. So with Nina and Howard, but we'll see. So I'll talk to you guys tonight. I'll see you guys tonight in the 6 p.m. community trade. But any beginners, of course, are open to coming to the 8 o'clock class. If not, Nina, oh my gosh, that would be awesome. If they could they meet with you, that would be awesome. Nina's like, you're muted, Nina. You're muted. I don't hear you.
I said, oh, okay. I'll
She said, oh, okay. No,
wait.
I'm only playing. I'm only kidding. I'll see if put it in the Telegram chat just in case. Because thank you. There you go. So, but I'm gonna still go on. I'm gonna copy that so that in case, because I just think that like when, sometimes even some people don't necessarily like to speak up, but if they hear another person speaking on a situation, they get the same benefit. So it works that way too. So, but I'm gonna open up the group, and if you see some people coming into your group, I probably sent them there. All right, you guys have a great day. I'll talk to you later.
Thank you, Danny.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.